not just a case. You're not just a client. You're a person, and you deserve support. You deserve simplicity. You deserve communication. When you hire an attorney, you deserve clear, risk-free advice that guides you to the best possible outcome in your injury case. And that's exactly what the advocates have been providing for over 30 years. After your accident, you deserve closure. You deserve compassion. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show on Wednesday, May the 6th be with you. Does that not work? The Sith and stuff? Star Wars is overrated. We are presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. The best injury attorneys in the business, and I love the fact that the advocates are working in the community, including this Saturday, May 9th, in stuff, the force, to get your bikes or bust out. That's right, the Advocates and Bicycle Collective will get bikes back on the street in safe and working conditions, and we'll donate them back to your communities. All you have to do is go get your old bikes that you're not using, get them out of the shed, get them out of the garage, get them out of the way, frankly. Take them to the Advocates office in Salt Lake City this weekend, 737 East Winchester Street, 11 to 1 Saturday. And remember, if you've been injured, if you've been in an accident, get to the Advocates. And I say it all the time, compassion and empathy go a long way when you're in a terrible situation. Let's be honest, the only time you're ever looking for an attorney, especially an injury attorney, is when you're in a terrible situation, right? When you've been in a wreck, maybe you were riding your bike and got hit by a car. Maybe you were in an Uber and the Uber driver was driving erratically and you got in an accident. Those are all traumatic, terrible situations that the Advocates, unfortunately or fortunately for you, have dealt with in the past. Let them handle the claims process. Hand them all of your anxiety. Let them fight for you. And the best part is, you never reach in your pocket to pay the Advocates. No consultation fees, no retainers. No, just clear, risk-free advice, 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. How the heck are you? Good Wednesday. Don't forget, I will personally be off next week. I'm going to Hawaii and you're not. Everybody ain't able, Isn't that right, Jake?
That is 1,000% correct.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Looking forward to a little extended R&R. So, Jake, are you going to do the show by yourself, or is Oak State James going to fill in?
I think, I still got to reach out to the rectory and stuff, but, we'll see.
Jake told me that he was hoping James would say yes, but James said that his MDiv is in the way, and,
he's got to reach out to his Harvard professors to get permission. So,
and stuff. Yeah. I'll be off next week. I'll be in Hawaii with my current wife. So, that'll be a good time. I said okay, let's talk about my current wife. Let's talk about the college football playoff. We have another exclusive for you here on the Monty Show. And I think this is what we have been describing to you. This is what we've been telling you. This is the path we have been following, because I think it is a fait accompli. It's written in the stars. It's done. I think we are moving to a 2014 playoff. Does that mean details are worked out? No. But I think you now understand that the legwork and the details, the legwork is being done, and a lot of it is already done. The details are being worked out, the I's and the T's and all of that, because now we know, according to industry sources, that the executive committee members between the Big Ten and the SEC and their working collective have held conversations with ESPN and Fox about an expanded college football playoff and how that would work. Because right now you have to remember why this is significant. ESPN has the exclusive on the college football playoff right now. And I think one of the things that the college football playoff expanding to 24 would bring in new revenue opportunities from the TV angle, which is almost exclusively why the stragglers have come on board. Because I think everybody recognizes if you go to 24, you're going to make more money going to 24. Why else would you do it? They wouldn't do it for like the good of the game.
Who does that
No,
anymore?
right? So it's very interesting. I am curious to see, does Fox get a piece of the pie in the college football playoff? I think this is a really important conversation because the other part of this that we have now been told is that playing games are on the table. Well, again, I think they're trying to figure out what a 2014 playoff, what the final version of that would look like. There is no question now, according to the people we speak with, that playing games are on the table. And I think when you start looking at how this could work, and I don't think there's any question that you have to find a way to end the college football playoff in its current form by the middle of January. I don't think there's any doubt that you have to find a way to maximize revenue if you're going to expand this to 24. And I think there's no question the only way to expand the revenue is to bring in somebody like Fox for the early rounds, the playing games that would make up the final two spots in a 2014 field. And I think that's what this executive committee, as it was described to me, which is a mix of Big Ten and SEC officials getting together and trying to hash out the details. Because we've told you on this show for an extended period of time, at least it feels like 6 months, I think, that the SEC and the Big Ten have had almost no progress in communicating on an effective level about 16 versus 24. Well, what you know now is that they've overcome that gap. And it feels like the college football world is again coalescing around the idea that 24 is where we're going. Now, how are we going to get there? And how is everybody, to quote Nick Saban, going to get on the bus and be in the right seats so that we can go down the road? That, I think, is the biggest question. But, Jake, I don't think there's any question anymore. 24 teams is where we're going.
Yeah, and I just think it's awful for college football. I think it's the worst of the worst. I think that all we care about nowadays is TV revenue and, you know, everyone getting a participation trophy, and I just think it's just not what's good for the game, as you said, right? I mean, this is very clearly a push to provide more value to TV partners, a push to make more money for your schools and member institutions, and I guess that's the hard part, is that that's all fine and dandy that everyone, you know, is coalescing around a 2014 playoff, but not everyone is coalescing around, you know, the essence of college football and what makes college football great. And I think that's the issue, is that we're just going to put a system in place where everyone and their mom gets in, and Fox will pick up the playing games and the early round coverage, and we'll celebrate this, and this will be amazing. But then we're going to complain. I'm sure there will be people who complain about the early round coverage that Fox is able to provide, given the two teams playing on the football field, right? I mean, that's an inevitability of this particular format. Hey, like, we're going to have 2 or 4 or 6 playing games or whatever winds up being, and we're going to be in a spot where those playing games are two teams that, you know, are in the play-in for a reason, right? I mean, hell, look at the NBA, right? Like, you're in the play-in for a reason. You're not very good. You lost more games than you should. And you're only in this because we redid this format to basically give you a handout opportunity into the CFP. And that's my issue with it. I don't think, like, we're literally removing the ability to earn the right to be in an exclusive group. I mean, again, we've gone from 4. Now we're at 12. We were talking about 16, and we just said, to hell with 16. Let's just skip over that.
With 16.
Let's just go right to 24. I mean, you know.
Well, if you think about what that looks like, if you go to what would a supposed, I was talking to a TV guy about this yesterday. What would a supposed 2014 playoff look like? Well, as it was described to me, the first round would essentially be 16 teams, because your top 8 would not play in the first round. So you would go from 16 to 8, right? So you would eliminate 8 teams. And now you have a 16-team playoff. So you're essentially going from, hey, 16 active teams in the first round of the playoff. And if you're able to fit in this play-in component, because I think what a lot of people don't want is just the top 24 teams there in the playoffs. I think people don't want that because you're relying on the AP poll to put 24 teams in, essentially, because we've seen how close the College Football Playoff Committee and the AP poll have been and how incompetent and how poorly that has worked out. So I don't think anybody wants 1 through 24 as a playoff, but you're going to have some human element. If all things being equal, you're going to have some human element. And this is where the Greg Sankey's an asshole and nobody likes him conversation comes in, because this is where strength of schedule, strength of opponent, record against P4s matter. And I think that, it was funny. We were looking for the Kirk Signetti soundbite, the conference. Well, when was that? When did he say, you guys remember that? Well, it was at the Big Ten Media Days 2 years ago. And essentially, he said the word conference pronounced like that.
Conference.
There you go. Conference. Like 100 times.
Yeah.
Inside of a soliloquy about how, well, the SEC's playing Mercer in November, so why aren't we? To justify the easy walkover schedule that the Big Ten has. Well, that all goes away now. If Greg Sankey gets his way, which is strength of schedule, strength of opponent, record against P4s. Because now the unintended consequences that you jackwagons all rooted for of the SEC playing 9 conference games. Yeah, you played yourself, fool. Right? Because what happened to SEC teams now? The SEC strength of schedule is significantly better than the Big Ten's interconference strength of schedule. So when you go to 24 teams, I wonder, hey, remember we were told we're stupid and we're liars and trust me, bro, because we said the Big Ten was asking for 8 teams, which again, multiple individual sources this week have told me the Big Ten absolutely put paper forward that had 8 AQs on it.
Come on, dude.
They want those 8 AQs because they know that their strength of schedule is not good.
Yeah, well, that might be the case, but you're never going to get 8 AQs. I will never believe that until that gets officially announced.
It's not going to happen. But that's what
I believe they
you have put forward.
Yeah, I mean, it would be so Big Ten to, like, again, we can look at these conferences and we know what they would or wouldn't ask for, right? Like, it's right up the Big Ten's alley to ask for a free pass in some form or fashion, and that's what 8 AQs is. And I think that it's going to be, I would guess, what the format that Sig referenced in that clip many years ago now, 2 years ago or whatever that was, like, 4 from the Big, 4 from the SEC, and then we'll have, I'm sure the Big 12 and the ACC are going to lose their mind and say that they need to have 4 as well, and that'll be the gripe and around AQs, and that's never going to happen either. And it's just this thing where we just don't want stuff to be a challenge or to be, like, to be hard. Like and that's what, like, I don't mean to complain about it, but I just feel like that's what this is. Like, the Big Ten just wants the easiest path to make the most money to hopefully help its member institutions. And while that's all fine and dandy on a surface level, the reality is that that's not really the way it should be done. It really should be done on the football field. And I'm cool. Like, if you want to get rid of the AP top 25 and the committee and all that nonsense, then you need to run this thing through the conference championship games, right? That to me should be the only AQ situation we're talking about. You win your conference in this situation, because again, the underlying narrative here is that the G6 aren't going to have a spot, right? They're going to form their own thing. That's what's been working lately. So if that were to be the case, when this gets announced, then, hey, run your championship games through or run your AQs through the conference championship games. You get 4 AQs, 1 from each conference, and then the rest of it is just at-large teams, man. And you got to
Well,
find a way to put that together.
The problem with that is the American Football Coaches Association votes to eliminate conference title games. So I'm just telling you now, we're going in the wrong direction. I will again say what I have said for months and months. 24 teams is terrible for college football. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. And we're going to lose significant and special moments that happen in conference championship games. We're gonna lose those. Those are dead now. They're dead now. And it is really frustrating to me that, and I know y'all don't care, but the SEC championship game is the best conference championship game in the country every single year. And I just don't know why we have to eliminate conference championship games. Because my belief is those conference championship games should be the only 4 AQs in the business.
Yeah, I just don't understand, like, why, like, I saw this yesterday, and I'm glad you brought it up. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why would you, when you're trying to expand the college football playoff, get rid of conference championship games? I understand and agreed with the idea of, well, hey, like, if we're, if these Power 4 conferences are each playing a, a different number of conference games. So, like, if the SEC's playing 8, then maybe they should have to have a conference championship game or whatever. But if the Big Ten is scheduling in 9 conference games, the ACC is big. Okay, cool. If there's discrepancies, okay, cool. Then that, necessitates a conference championship game. But if you're going to expand this thing and just give all these mediocre ass teams, all these schools that don't want to spend money, all these schools that just want a handout and a free pass, because that's really what irks me, dude. It really, really irks me that, and this is not unique to the Big Ten, but they're just the poster child for it. Like, you're going to give all these teams and schools just a free pass to, hey, here you go. Oh, you've been a 500 team or a sub 500 team in the conference for like the last decade. Well, let's just forget about all that. We'll just wipe all that out, and we're just going to hand you an AQ, even though you're not going to represent us well in the CFP, and you're going to continue to push the narrative that the Big Ten is soft or the Big 12 is soft or whatever it might be.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I just don't feel like it's productive long term. Which brings me to the obvious question that I think needs to be asked of, okay, cool. When we inevitably go to a 2014 playoff, I would guess, obviously not this year, but probably next year, I would guess if they're going to do this, they're going to do it quickly. I would guess. If you do this, then what's 2030 about? You tell me we're going to do this in 27, let's say, and then you're just going to unveil a whole new entity, and there's going to be this whole new thing 3 years later.
Yes.
I mean, it's just asinine, dude. It's irresponsible.
It makes
it's terrible for the game.
Zero sense. It makes zero sense. It is. I'm just going to continue to evangelize for 16 teams. That's because ultimately all you're doing with the 2014 playoff is you're bringing in the fat instead of trimming the fat and having a lean, proper, really interesting 16-game playoff. You're bringing in 8 pieces of fat. That's it. And there's no reason for it. It does nothing but make it a tournament where everybody gets in. If
it makes the regular season irrelevant, dude.
Listen, if you're not one of the 24 best teams in the country, do you really deserve to be in the post? Like, come on. There's no reason. All you're doing is devaluing the regular season. All you're doing is taking away the foundation of college football with rivalries. All you're doing is making it more and more difficult to schedule big games early in the season. Why would Texas and Ohio State play each other? Why would you do that? Right? To me, those are the games. The SEC championship game, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10 championship game. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. We finally gotten to a place where realignment seems to be very stable and we're not going through all this nonsense. And yet you have all this turbulence with the House settlement. You have all this turbulence with the portal and tampering and NIL. And the one thing that we had was the college football playoff and conference championship games. It's one of the best 6-week stretches in the year. It's what's right about college football. Conference championship games. Big matchups. We fire up the smoker. We get them wings. We don't have to go to Magic City to get lemon pepper wings. We make them in the backyard.
Pay that man his money.
Right? Like everybody comes over. We play golf in the morning. We conference championship and drink Modelo and eat wings. Or that's what we used to do when college football was fun. Because now that's the other thing you have to remember. College football is not fun anymore.
No.
Because none of us know what we're playing for.
No, you know why college football isn't fun anymore? Yes, because we don't know what we're playing for, because we're not really playing for anything, because everybody and their mom gets an AQ now. But you know why it's not fun anymore? Because money has infested the sport.
Yes.
That's why it's not fun anymore. And I'm not just saying for the players. Like, yeah, the players are getting paid now, but I just think that that's the easy surface level hater argument. The real balls to the money is infecting college football is private equity and these presidents and commissioners doing their level best to maintain the profit percentage that they've had for decades by not paying players. Now they've got to change that quotient because they are paying players. And that's really it just bothers me so much, dude. As someone like we've been doing this show for like 10 years or whatever the hell it's been now. And like we talked about college football like every day for a long ass time. And it just gets to the point where you begin to understand that yeah, sure, when the season gets here, yeah, we'll do our power rankings and we'll talk about these teams, and inevitably there will be excuses for the same teams every single year.
Every year.
And what's funny is like these power two, the Big Ten and the SEC, they want all these AQs, but is it lost on anyone that they would get those slots anyway? That's what I think is funny. Like, you're allegedly the two best conferences in college football, but you're asking for AQs when you already would have got those spots because you already have the best teams. So again, help me understand why we're getting rid of conference championship games. It's so weird to me.
It's a huge mistake. Please hit the like button as you sit here and comment. Get in the comment section after you hit the like button. Are you in favor of a 2014 playoff? Are you in favor of eliminating conference championship games? I think those two things are terrible for college football. I think 24 teams, hell, I think 16 is too many, but I understand we're going to expand it. Right, the hyenas are hungry; they're going to eat.
The only question is how far we're going to expand.
And my opinion is 24 is where it's 24. I mean, you're having conversations with your partnerships about a 2014 playoff. You're going to 24 teams. It's a huge mistake, in my opinion, because, and I will just again continue to say, Notre Dame didn't belong in last year. In a 2014 model, they would have easily been in. They're not one of the best teams in college football last year. And I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I'm happy to say that. They were not one of the 24 best teams in the country. They weren't one of the 16 best teams in the country. They certainly were not one of the 12 best teams in the country. Notre Dame didn't belong playing for a college football championship last year. But that's the perfect example of how watered down a playoff is when somebody like Notre Dame, who lost the only 2 games on the schedule that mattered, excuse me.
Yeah.
They would be in. And it just is, it's wild to me. So yes, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. We appreciate you guys doing that. Lopes fan Gabe, yes, hit the like button. He's been a member for 40 months.
Oh, we finally eclipsed 40 months. Wow.
He's almost paid off the car at 48 months.
Nice.
Can you guys, 40 months. It's guys
Crazy,
like Lopes
bro.
fan Gabe who make it possible. as does Maury Alvarez, who's been a member for 40 months.
Dude, 40 club, man. 40-piece nugget.
How about that? 40-piece nugget. 40-piece nuggets.
Yeah, that's rarefied air, bros. I appreciate you guys so much.
That's incredible, man. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you. I don't think it needs to be any larger than 16. That's what she said. You know. Oh, brother, college football is more fun than ever. It's not. It's not, though. We've lost. Look at the rivalries we've lost. Look at the big games we've lost. And depending on where you fall, if your Boise State is college football as enjoyable as it's ever been.
I don't know. Is Ashton Jinsey on your team?
But I'm being serious. I'm not even joking around. For Boise State, is college football as enjoyable as it's ever been? What are you playing for? You're not playing for a national championship. You have zero access to winning the college football playoff. None. Zero. Zip.
Let me just inject the red assery. You have less access than you used to, given the new conference that you decided to transfer to.
No question.
Nice work, dude. Nice work.
But in all seriousness, is college football as enjoyable as it has ever been? And the answer is absolutely not. And you can sit here with the oh brother stuff and say that I'm being, hyperbolic or whatever you want to say. College football is not as enjoyable as it used to be. And I'm not even talking about romanticizing it as a kid that, loved watching Rocket Ishmael get effed by the officials against Michigan. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that we used to live in a place where the largest cocktail party on the planet was actually called the largest cocktail party on the planet, and it meant something.
Yes.
I'm talking about Bedlam. I'm talking about Notre Dame and Michigan. I'm talking about rivalries that we all saved up for to make sure we could afford the ticket. Games that matter. And the biggest issue right now is we have fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer games that matter.
Let me ask you this.
Fewer
to
and
that
fewer
point.
games of consequence, year in and year out. It
With
just
with the 2014 playoff, you're getting more people in. Does that, I've seen this argument, because there's 24 teams, we're going to get 3 and 4 loss teams in. So to the scheduling component, is it a fair trade of value to have 24 teams in, but that gives teams a lot more scheduling flexibility because they don't have to worry about losing the Texas and Ohio State matchup?
It actually
that's what everyone's
doesn't.
saying.
It doesn't give you more scheduling flexibility. It doesn't. It does not create more access. It creates less access. It does not mean that you're going to see Mercer come off the schedule. That's not what it means. That is not what it means. It does not mean that we're going to get Bedlam back. No, Mike Gundy destroyed that. It does not mean that we're going to get Notre Dame and Michigan back. Michigan doesn't want that. We're not going to get USC and Notre Dame back. USC doesn't want that. They can't afford that. When in history, and this is what I think is the hardest part, is people in college football want to sell you a bill of goods. When in the history of college football has the most difficult road ever been taken? When? Did Ward Manuel set Ohio State up with the easiest road so the Big Ten could win a championship? He didn't. Now, they still won it. But the hardest road is never the option anybody picks. And they're not going to pick that now, because the system that's in place facilitates you playing Mercer in November. It facilitates the Big Ten building a schedule that keeps its best teams at home against lay-down opponents for the first 6 weeks of the season. Why would the Big Ten schedule itself more difficult when it has free access? It wouldn't. What the Big Ten's trying to do is create a landscape where Minnesota qualifies for the college football playoff, where Northwestern qualifies, where Michigan State qualifies. Nobody wants it on merit. Not at least in the Big Ten. Big Ten doesn't want to earn it on the field. The Big Ten wants it handed to them. And why is that? Because they don't have depth of talent in that league. And again, this is the problem with the G6. You need to form your own national championship tournament because you don't have access to play for the national championship of college football. You don't. That's the harsh reality of it. So,
yeah.
I don't understand I don't understand why people want to believe in whatever this fugazi is that's in your mind. Because again, it's not real. There is no such thing as, oh, well, the best 24 teams are going to compete at the highest level. They're not. They're not. Sorry. That's not what college football and building a national championship, that's not what it is. Do you understand why the Big Ten wants to fight so hard for the G6? Why do you think the Big Ten is quite literally the only one at the table currently fighting for the G6 to keep their spot? So because it means you get to play JMU and Boise State. It means you get to play lesser opponents in the early rounds, and Penn State won't get knocked out in the early rounds. That's quite literally why the Big Ten is one of the only loud voices fighting for it. So let me get this right. They want 8 automatic qualifiers. They want the G6 in. And nobody else really seemingly wants either of those things. Why do you think the Big Ten wants to eliminate the conference championship game? Because what benefit does the Big Ten get from a conference championship game? Nothing. They get nothing. They want their football teams to face no adversity. Meanwhile, and again, you can hate them all you want. Why is Greg Sankey out here talking about how the conference championship game matters and we sign contracts? And why is Greg Sankey out here talking about that? Because they're not scared. They're not, and I know y'all hate Greg Sankey and he's a POS and you this and you, but I'm telling you, what Greg Sankey said the other week at the Nations tournament about conference championship games rings loudly right now.
Remember the days of old when everybody talked about we need to determine champions on the field? Well, what do we do through the SEC championship game? We determine champions on the field. Now, you can do it another way. You could just say, we're not going to have a championship game, winning percentage, tiebreakers like we have co-champions reign, and then you'll have to determine your CFP qualifier. So one of the counters, we determine a champion on the field. The other perspective is we can determine a champion now that we play 9 games. The second is we do have contracts. And you don't just get to walk away from agreements. That happens in college football a lot, and we see with individual decisions, but as an organization, we have a great relationship with the Atlanta Falcons, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the city of Atlanta. And so those should not be just microphone moments for people to opine. We have to do the work to figure out if we were to vary from a conference championship game, what's the work that has to be done? And then thirdly, what we did as a league way back in the early 90s, we've made a movie about it. It airs on the SEC network. Everyone has followed. So the flippancy with just moving away, we need to tone that down and figure out how to manage the economics, the contracts, the competitive issues, and what that means for our own group of 16.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to embrace at some point that you have to play big games and you have to win big games to qualify for the college football playoff. Most people don't want to do that. Most people do not want to do that. And again, you can sit here and say that I knob slob Greg Sankey, but tell me how he's wrong. Tell me how he's wrong. What is it that Greg Sankey has said there that is wrong? Why are we all so scared to play a game on a field that's going to determine whether we get into the postseason or not? Everybody else, every other sport does it. Every other sport does it. You tell me why college football is different.
Because it pays the bills.
I guess. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. It's befuddling to me that people don't want to play those games. They don't.
Yeah,
and Donuts, who's
Yeah.
been a member for 28 months.
Very nice.
The decline and fall of college football is sad. It is. Again, you guys, I don't think I'm even being exaggerating or over the top or sensationalistic.
Obtuse.
College football, no, obtuse is the wrong word. No, I'm not being difficult. What I'm not doing is sensationalizing this. College football is losing its fun factor. College football is losing what made it special, that Saturdays down south meant something. That Saturdays in the heartland meant something. It determined the quality of your week. It used to matter when you went to remember the old water cooler? We never stood around and talked college football. Remember when you would go into the office and there would be some guys in red and some guys in blue, and that's what we're losing. We're losing our community of college football. And when you go to 24 teams and everybody gets in, what does that Saturday in late October really mean? Well, in the Big Ten, it means less and less because Ohio State's playing Minnesota. Ohio State's playing a really bad Wisconsin team. That's the problem. Ohio State's playing Rutgers. What does it really matter? It doesn't. It doesn't. Right? Like maybe Indiana, Penn State last year, upset. Okay, those games are naturally occurring. The upset where Indiana plays down to the pedophilia at Penn State, Epstein Island. Okay, cool. That's going to happen across the country. We need made for TV games of leverage. And that's what's going away. That's what's going away. It's what makes the BYU-Utah matchup so special. Because that game is in conference and it matters. There's heat around it. So, yeah, we'll see. Welcome to the nightmare. 16's ideal. I would agree. I agree. Event Horizon. Automatic qualifiers get rid of the human committee. That is the goal, I think. I think the goal is, in my opinion, is to make sure that the Big Ten and the SEC, because I don't think there's any question, 4 AQs across the board for the P4 makes a lot of sense. Every conference gets 4. That's 16. You got 8 now that can earn it. And let's say you have 6 that can earn it, and then there's 2 playing games for 2 more teams to get in. Do I think that's the right way to go? No, because I hate 24. But if we're going to do 24, that's how I would do it. And if we have to have AQs, because I don't think we should have any. If we're going to get rid of conference championship games, the automatic qualifiers go away. If that's the trade we're going to make, if we're saying, hey, we're a bunch of cowards at the AFCA and we're going to get rid of conference championship games, okay, great. So do the AQs. The AQs all go away. You eat what you kill, period. I don't think that's rocket science. No. I don't think that's being hyperbolic. It's not what it is. Welcome to the nightmare. San Diego State Glenn says that's so Big Ten. It is. It is. Stadium Guy James, who's no longer an Oklahoma State fan. I agree with Nightmare. 16 would be perfect. Okay. The Frog Father, January Madness, 64 teams. Why not? Seriously.
That's what I mean, dude. Like, I'm Like I just can't wait for the day where it's like, gosh, here's the statement we're putting out about 24 teams, and this is a new day. It's almost like we're gonna talk about the pack here in a while, and every time I listen to like Teresa Gould or anybody from that world talk, there's always like this inherent like it's a new shiny thing, like we're the best and it's amazing, and I feel like that's what we're gonna get here when this inevitably gets announced at some point down the road. Is like, guys, look at this shiny new memo we put out, right? Like 24 teams and 4 AQs for everybody. Like it's just, can we not, can we just do what we're talking about? Can we just have conference championship games and, big games in the SEC? And hey, if you're the rando in Iowa who wants to watch Iowa football, knock yourself out. But I'm here for Bama and Georgia or whatever.
Want to watch Iowa football?
Yeah, if you're that one person, okay, cool, man. I hope it works out for you. But I'm here for Gatorhead Boy and Bama to play a football game in the swamp. Like I'm trying to see the bigger brands play games. So
which I think a lot of people don't want to see. There is a bias against big brands. I don't think there's a look at the Pac-12. Nobody in the Pac-12 wants to talk about big brands, which they don't have. So, well, we'll get to the commissioner. We'll get to her. Crash Out James. Whatever the number is, we just need to make sure the selection process is so obscure that no one can understand it. That way, everyone will be satisfied with the results.
Yeah. Just, dude, frozen envelopes, bro. Just throw them all in the bag, take one out, and, it's allegedly, a chance process, but it's all in control behind the scenes. Yep.
Yeah. I feel like at 24, AQs are pointless. Big Ten and SEC will still take most of the slots. Preseason rankings need to go away, though. Well, that's a conversation that's being had as well. What is the ultimate ranking? That's the question. Is the AP ultimately what you're going to use? Doesn't seem like that's smart. Doesn't seem like the coach's poll. Nobody wants the human being selection committee or a computer to select it. You're never going to please all the people all the time. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Notre Dame, best run of college football ever, resulting in no playoff entrance. They didn't deserve it. I don't think it was. I disagree. I don't think it was the best run ever. I truly do not. Delaric, what it looks like they're trying to do is make more money in the playoffs, but are watering down the regular season. Correct.
Correct. Yeah. That's not what it looks like. That's what it is. Like that's couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Fan 21. We also need more cross-conference play to gauge where conferences stack up against each other. Well, I think you're getting that in the SEC and the Big Ten. Texas and Ohio State that's a huge game. So, Event Horizon, Notre Dame does not have a conference championship game. Why should everyone else? What does Notre Dame have to do with it? It's always a Notre Dame problem. Notre Dame has a guaranteed spot. If they're one of the, in this case, 24 best teams, they'd be in. Simple as that. And do you really think putting Notre Dame in the Big Ten fixes that problem? Because I think the Big Ten's probably the only place they would end up. Do you really think Notre Dame's not one of the 3 best teams in the Big Ten? They're easily that. So, okay, fix your problem or your hard-on for Notre Dame not being in a conference. Put them in the Big Ten. Yeah, they're automatically in the college football playoff. I'll never understand the absolute orgasm over Notre Dame. I'll never understand it. People, and there's this bite. And we talk about catching strays, right? We talk about catching strays. Listen to Dabo Sweeney lose his shit over Notre Dame.
Always got to, have a chip on our shoulder. Because it just is what it is. We don't have the alumni base that some places have. We don't have some of the things that some of the schools that we've played and had to compete with over the years have. It's just the way it is. But I've always we're 3-1 against Ohio State. We're 4-2 against Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame has their own TV station. They make their own rules. They print their own money. They got like a money machine in the backyard or something. We've beaten Texas A&M a couple times. We've beaten Oklahoma a couple times. We've won 4 in a row against Auburn. I mean, we've beaten Nick Saban in Alabama in 2 national championships. And so, you know, we've done all of that at Clemson. I mean, again, when I got the job here, prior to our tenure here, Clemson hadn't won the ACC in 20 years, and it wasn't a 17-team league in those days.
Yeah, throwing strays at Notre Dame. No, Notre Dame has their own TV station. They print their own money over there. Well, then why don't you do what Notre Dame's doing?
Yeah, why don't you go independent, Dabo? What's the big deal?
Why don't you print your own money? Oh, because it's about building brands. So you're saying Notre Dame's better at the business of college athletics than you are. Is that why they can't win a college basketball game? Probably.
In God's name, image, and likeness.
Right? I love that everybody wants to get into Notre Dame, but you can't do what Notre Dame's done. You can't build what Notre Dame's built. You can't schedule the way that Notre Dame schedules because you're not Notre Dame. And we can sit here and continue to, again, throw shot at Notre Dame, but then why doesn't your team go do what Notre Dame did? Oh, because it's hard. That's right. We don't do hard. Oh. That's right. I agree with most of your takes, except if 24, it's easier to schedule big out-of-conference games. There's no risk anymore if you lose because you could lose 3-4 games and make it. Well, the problem with that is people won't schedule big games. They won't. If you're in the, let me ask you, if you're in the SEC and you can schedule a Big Ten team, are you purposefully scheduling Ohio State? I think a few would. Bama, Texas, clearly. You think Auburn wants to schedule Ohio State? Or would they rather play Rutgers? They're going to take the easy route. When in history has an athletic director, when thinking about the plight of his football team, said, yeah, let's take the most difficult route possible to the BCS or the college football playoff? That makes a lot of sense. It doesn't, and they don't. They never do that. And in theory, it's great. But when do they ever do it? They don't. They don't. And championship game, you're making the best play in extra game because that's what it is. You want an automatic bid to the college football playoff, win your conference championship game, and you're in. See the ACC last year, as you're acutely aware of. Yeah, I don't think that's what you want.
And the problem with the NFL comparison, dude, is that there's double the amount of conferences in college football than the NFL. So you don't have you don't have the luxury of the AFC or the NFC championship game being that final threshold to get to the Super Bowl. Right? Like that's not how it works. The sport is in what? College football is probably 4 or 5 times bigger in size and scope with just the amount of teams and things like that to work with than the NFL. Like, I mean, it's just different.
Yeah. Yeah. Chewy. Dude, is Kyle Tucker the worst contract in baseball right now?
What, calisthenics in the outfield's not getting it done for you, Chewy?
Buddy needs to hit. He's probably the worst contract in baseball right now. One of. No question he's one of. All of Bad Bunny James's 20 favorite college football teams will get into the CFP. Congrats, you jabroni. Syracuse ain't getting in. Syracuse. Oh, and here's your answer. Chewy, I'm wearing purple right now. I'm a TCU. You're not 19 years old going to Fort Worth to pound cheerleader box. I'm just, you're not a TCU fan. You're an Oak State fan. Anyway, rivalries are what is missed. Other than that, I still enjoy college football. Yeah. Go Pokes says more of the same people in. Truth. If you lose more than 3 games, you should not be anywhere near the playoff. Truth.
Which is why we're going to put together a 2014 playoff.
Truth. You know, with rivalries being what is missed, it's not like these teams can't schedule those rivalries. That is a team's thing. But again, why is Mike Gundy a scumbag? Because his rhetoric about playing Oklahoma until he beat Oklahoma, and then he cried about beating Oklahoma, is what's wrong with college football. It's what's wrong with college football. Mike Gundy wrecking Bedlam is what's wrong with college football. He's a coward.
I have
he
to
is
say,
100%
dude,
a coward.
Like, I couldn't agree more with the take that these teams will just do what's easy. Like, Mike, you're not necessarily wrong that they could schedule those games, but do we really have any faith that they would? Like, do you have any faith that outside of that group of like 7 or 8 juggernaut teams who are embracing of those games, nobody else is scheduling those games? Like, again, yeah, Auburn or like, you know, mid-level SEC team, they don't want to play Ohio State.
No,
like,
they don't.
They don't want to like K-State doesn't want to play Indiana, dude. Like you're not getting again the knob slobbing of SMU yesterday playing, you know, Michigan. Like that's not happening, dude. You're not. They don't want to do that, so you're not going to see it. I mean, that's just what it is.
James will just have all of his 24 teams in for the win.
Right.
James, you can go to a school for its educational value and not support its sports. No, but then all of his religious buddies wouldn't be able to peer pressure him into supporting TCU.
Right.
His mentors, which he said the other week is the only reason he roots for TCU.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
Aaron Wilson, you can, but James can't. Now James is catching strays from America's mailman.
Dude.
I'm here for it. Rock and Rant, you need the network partners to pressure the 2 big conferences to schedule those big out-of-conference games with more financial money for doing so as well. It's all a Ponzi scheme. It really is. It really is. Yes, it's red assery, 100%. Mike Smith. SEC can say they don't want this, but you know they do, because the Big Ten and the SEC will get more teams every year no matter the system. I think that's true.
But I don't think the SEC is saying they don't want 24 teams. I think what the SEC is saying is they don't want the makeup of those 24 teams to just be a handout, to just be
that's
like,
accurate.
Yeah, like I don't think that anyone is like, because again, if you said, hey, well, it's going to be a 24-team playoff, and the you know, it's the old contents of your character argument, right? Like, hey, 24-team playoff, but the way we go about deciding that is all through on-field results. So, you know, again, AQs through the conference championship games, and then we're going to go down the list in the conferences, and those teams are going to have to play each other to build, and through that process, we're going to build out a 24-team playoff, or what at that point would be a 20-team playoff because of the 4 AQs.
You're making the regular season meaningless. If you can lose 3-4 games and get in,
it's pointless.
There's no point to it. Ken Maynor. Ooh, look at the shiny gator lid. I'm for 16. Summerall is also for 16. It's Summerall, please.
In Summerall, we believe.
You know, I say 120-team playoff.
Dude, why not? Why not just extend it to like 400 teams? I mean, what's really preventing us from that? Yeah, everyone's in, dude. I'm not really sure what we're into at that point, but everyone's in.
David Persons, the Big Ten is trying to get the entire top half of their table in every year without earning it. I think you mean. I would agree with that. The Natural. This is stupid, man. Regular season irrelevant now. Exactly right. Big Ten teams waiting to dominate Norfolk State in the college football playoff. Norfolk State for the win.
Bro, you know what that is, dude?
That's so good.
That's 10-year-old me with video games setting all the settings to like blast so I can just put up like 100, points in one game.
Yeah,
bro.
you remember on like franchise mode and you would go and play, the Teacup Molding Institution of America. For sure. College championship games are big revenue generators, so I don't think the networks will allow it to be being removed. We'll see, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of major bag alert, Calford gives 20 Monty Show membership.
Let's go, Calford. Love to see it, bro.
Always appreciate your support, man. Please, you guys, hit the like button. If you're, dude, I don't know how you're not a member at this point, but if you're not a member, please consider joining for $2 a month. Your comments get highlighted. We read on busier shows like this with a lot of comments. We've had over 200 comments already. Notice we're reading member comments. Like, that's what happens for the member only exclusive. You get into our Instagram group, which Jake will not invite me to.
You left.
I was kicked out. I posted some questionable images of myself. I unsheathed my sword and some people got upset.
Sheathe your swords.
Would you, Quintus? Would I? The point is, join our members only content. You get into our Instagram group, which is a good bunch of dudes sitting around talking sports on Instagram. There is nothing like getting in our Instagram group during a big game, and the chat and the conversation's fantastic, for sure. Sankey is right. Yes, he is. He's what's right with the world.
Right.
Oprah, you get into the college football playoff, and you get in, and you get in, and you get in.
Norfolk State, Abilene, Boise State. I mean, Appalachian State. How many of these low end teams are going to get in, dude? I don't know. And maybe we have just call it the college football tournament. Yeah, dude. What?
76 teams are in,
bro. December Madness instead of March Madness. Is that what we're calling it? I just sit here and say, maybe the reason we're so sensitive to this changing is because we can't have nice things in this world right now, dude. We just can't. And it's just another thing that we're sitting here talking about changing, and it's bro, at what point do we stop messing with the last bit of happiness in the sports world that we have, dude? That's the problem.
Yeah, that's right. David Persons, a member of the Monty Show. Sankey is right about determining it on the field. I still don't see how he eats with Darth Vader helmet on, but he is right. I love that people hate Greg Sankey. I love it. And I get it. He's not your commissioner. But can you make the argument that Greg Sankey's not been one of the most successful conference commissioner?
Yeah, I don't even think that's in question. If you're saying he's not, I think you're stating. I think he's done a great job.
You don't have infighting, right? If you look at the SEC, everybody's in line, right? Everybody at the pecking order is clear. Greg Sankey unifies those people. He delivers their message. He advocates for his presidents. His constituency is well represented, and he does the job that he was hired to do. He makes them more money. He puts them on TV. He gets them into big games. He helps them with scheduling. All of their sports succeed. And yet you have this situation where so many people want to hate on Greg Sankey, and you just can't justify it. You can't back it up. And the only reason you hate him because you hate him. If he was your commissioner, you would love him. There is no question about it.
Yep.
If Greg Sankey, if he was your guy, you would be all about how great Greg Sankey is in the Big 12 and the ACC. Can you imagine Greg Sankey? If Greg Sankey was the commissioner of the ACC, how much better off would the ACC be?
Miles better.
It would be in a different universe. You'd be behind the bookshelf with Matthew McConaughey. right? Like you would be in that universe, in that space and time where you could fantasize about how great everything is,
We're
but you're
going
not.
back to the fucking moon. That's
Right?
why.
Like Sankey will take you to the moon, bro. And I just think people don't want to own that. People do not want to own that. And I think you have to own it.
Agreed.
He is really good at his job. $10 from N Donuts. Let's go. Golf Fund. It's that time of year. Great show. Appreciate you, man. I'm playing Conopoli next week. Super stoked. Dude, I cannot wait to just sleep well. Like the thing I always talk about, the grind of my life cycle, like getting up at 3:45 every day, not the easiest thing in the world. It really isn't. You know, I despise AQs, whether 16 or 24. I would agree with that. Hyperbolic Monty. You know, the natural. I remember when every game was like a playoff game in the regular season. That's far gone now. Yes, it is. What if Texas Ohio State was an elimination game in week 2? You lose that game, yeah, you're probably not getting in. That's the leverage that's missing. That's the leverage that's missing. No way in hell every P4 conference deserves 4 teams, but what do you say
Deserves is the wrong word, dude.
Because if the Big Ten and the SEC get 4 teams automatically, how do you justify that? How do you justify suppressing the Big 12 and the ACC then?
Well,
I don't know that you can.
The justification would obviously be the lack of performance out of those two when compared to the Big Ten and the SEC. The problem with that, though, is that the system needs the Big 12 and the ACC from a numbers standpoint, and you know, you're not. We saw this last time around. You're not going to get the Big 12 and the ACC to put themselves in a spot where they agree to being valued at half, right? Okay, well, the Big 10 and the SEC get 4 and we get 2. That's never going to happen, dude. You will not. I will die on that hill. Put everything I own on it that you will not see a CFP situation where the Big 12 and the ACC agree to be valued at half at the conference level. That's not happening. And so,
yep.
So again, the verbiage is where you've gone wrong there. The word you don't need to be using the word deserve. That's not the point. I agree. The Big 12 and the ACC don't deserve the same auto bids as the SEC and the Big 10. The problem is that it's a negotiation. You're gonna have to say, okay, cool. Like, yeah, we'll all get the 4 AQs, but then we're gonna be right back in the same spot we are now, which again is my main point of this whole thing. You're gonna be in the same situation you're in now. Hey, just because you got more AQs doesn't mean that the SEC and the Big Ten are going to be any less, serious about picking up those at-large bids. They're going to fight for those tooth and nail. Like, who's the first conference to get 8 teams into a 24-team playoff? The SEC or the Big Ten? Because it ain't going to be the ACC and the Big 12. Like, that's what we're going to be talking about.
I agree. Bobby Schmear. Yep, I'm your B Iowa fan you're talking about. So just say my name. It's okay. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one. And I appreciate that you being the one are in the comments section listening to the show. I appreciate it.
And you outlasted Iowa State fans. So that's something.
You did.
That's something. Randy Riding, I personally think 12 are too many. The first round games already suck. 24 somehow makes it better. It doesn't. You're exactly right.
I mean, it couldn't have said it better myself. Like, how many of these games did we not watch? Again, it's the Oregon JMU matchup. Nobody watched that game, bro. Nobody cares about that game.
Yeah. Stop with the Notre Dame deep gold dome throat glazing.
Wow.
Wow. Right into that low of a seed wins it all again.
Okay,
Low seed's a problem.
Dude, juicy. This is a family program, bro.
You know. Ken Maynor, just let Notre Dame stay independent and let's play football. Exactly right. Exactly right. Dabo, that's such a trash take. 101, 201, 301. Don't say 201 on the show, please. And Donuts, Notre Dame TV ratings top year after year. It sells. They make people money.
Yeah.
They going to take the next to last regular season game versus a cupcake team? I hope they do. I hope they do. Super League in 4 years. I hope they do. How's Thailand? How's Thailand, bud?
It's got to be good. I mean, anytime you don't hear from bro, that means he's getting busy.
Dude, if I had a young hot girlfriend in Thailand, you probably wouldn't hear from me either.
Your third leg was just phenomenal.
You wouldn't. Get top 48, 60 teams together, put together a strong scheduling agreement so the good teams from different conferences play each other. Let records determine who gets in the playoff. Stop with the common sense, please.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy.
Confuses
Be better,
people.
Dude. Be better.
But even if it is a Mike Gundy thing, it goes back to what I said. It's a team thing. Oklahoma State should play every year.
The teams don't want it, Mike. I don't disagree with you, but they don't want it.
I'm still surprised that James' profile picture isn't him wearing a brown paper bag over his head. As an Oklahoma State fan, just like a Cleveland Browns fan. He's not an Oklahoma State fan. He's a TC or a Syracuse. Oh, no, right here. He's a Syracuse fan. Syracuse will get in. We can schedule TCU and Oak State out of conference for some easy OOC P4 wins.
Orange Man James. Hey, Orange Man James, you live a few minutes north of Utica, right?
Utica. Cheerleader Box, the new single from Lonely Island featuring James, the Iowa State guy. Oh my God. I mean, it is a he said, she said thing when it comes to not having the backyard brawl every year. Just do it.
Agreed.
Just do it.
Agreed.
You know. Frankie Potter 5936.
Okay,
Hello.
Hold on. I gotta hang on.
Who the f- is that guy?
Who the f*** is that guy?
Notre Dame football and Duke basketball prove the value of being a villain people want to see lose. Truth. No doubt about it. Bobby Schmear. Yeah. Oh, hey, you know the lone Iowa fan you're talking about? Why would the SEC agree to 4 AQs? They wouldn't. They probably would agree to 60 AQs. The Natural back in the membership. My guy. That's right.
Nice.
It's the P2's world, and the rest of us are just living in it. Truth, man. Cryptic Warden 92, Jeremiah Champion. He had a wedding planner. Let's just add Colorado State University Pueblo. Not Pueblo.
Why not?
Pueblo.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Truth. And donuts. Some power teams with money take these easy routes. G teams schedule tough for money. Life goes on. Isn't it funny, that juxtaposition?
Yes.
You know. Jay Chapman. What a dick. I'm kidding.
Well, you're not a member after 20 were just given out. So
and people will still scream that 25 should have gotten in. Yes, they will.
Which is still annoying as hell.
Yep. Jay McClanahan. Just don't add Texas State. Exactly.
But, bro, they're the 7th best team in Texas. I mean, come on.
Ask James. Big Ten schedule MAC teams in the season and want to. Yeah, I'm sure they do. You know, it just, the whole thing is, it is what it is. It's frustrating to me. The Natural, good point. Does this mean teams will fire less coaches because they make the 2014 playoff? Oh, bro, there is no question. There is no question. Remember when it used to be, oh, well, I went to a bowl game every year. Oh, legend, contract extension.
Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy, dude.
Oh, we went to a bowl game. We went to the Papa Squat Bowl. Right? Like, how many coaches made their resumes off of, well, we went to a bowl game? How many? So many. And now, as I've tried to tell people for how long, going to a bowl game doesn't mean anything.
That's not what we're about.
You want to cram Pop-Tarts down your goalie? Do it. Landing that Pop-Tart, boy.
Kalani, that Pop-Tart.
Right? BYU should have been in the college football playoff. But they went to a bowl game, so it's fine. Same thing.
Where are we at in society today?
It's not the same thing.
I know that we don't have people making the case it's the same thing. There's not a chance in hell that's the same thing, dude. That's not even close to being the same thing.
Rock and Rant. The only thing that matters is when is Ball State James going to enter the chat?
What is the name of that one account, dude? It's like Ball Sack James or something. That one. Like, dude, come on.
You mean one of his burners, right?
Yeah, one of his burners. Yeah. Like, dude.
James with the brown bag, the unknown fan, like the old unknown comic back in the day. Just a vagabond trying to find good college football. And Preston Stone's cock. I didn't watch a second of Oregon JMU Old Miss Tulane, especially when Miss and Tulane was a rematch from the beginning of the season that was just a blowout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody watched those two games. I mean, couldn't have said it better myself, man. Just irrelevant. Yeah.
Big Sac State James. Yep. Kennesaw State James. Yep. That's right. God, don't say that. Kirk will never leave. He's gone to a bowl game.
How did he survive the recruiting issues, dude? How did he survive those violations?
How has he survived anything, including Nepo baby shit? Like the guy.
Oh, that's right. Iowa doesn't give a damn about winning in football. Right. Got it. Okay. Got it.
You know. And donuts. Who went to the mayonnaise bowl? Oh. Dude, mayonnaise is so disgusting.
Will Levis cramming that stuff down his throat.
Do you guys understand that mayonnaise is the worst condiment? It is. But Monty, what about aioli? No, aioli's worse. It's the same thing, but worse. Mayonnaise
aioli.
Is. It's so bad.
I can't tell you the last time I had mayonnaise, dude. It's been a long time.
Mayonnaise. Oh, Big Sac State James.
There it is.
You know, Rock and Rant. Kirk survives because he has good defenses. He does. Yeah. Pop-Tart Bowl should be the CFP championship.
Well, Pop-Tart in one hand, trophy in the other. I can vibe.
Pop-Tarts are good, you guys.
Yeah. The issue isn't the Pop-Tarts themselves. The issue is that the Pop-Tart Bowl is meaningless.
Well, and that Notre Dame dodged BYU last because we were scared.
Right. You were scared.
You know.
Right.
We were scared. Marcus says, what's wrong with mayonnaise? Aren't you the guy who said on this show you used to dip a pizza puff in mayonnaise? Yes, I did.
Yeah, but dude, that was like 40 years ago in school.
Yeah, when I was fat. Well, I'm fat now, but you know, mayonnaise, when you don't know what mayonnaise is, you'll dip your pizza puff in it. But then as you matriculate and your balls actually drop, you move down the field to ranch dressing. Now there's a condiment
that we can all get behind.
You know. Oh. Dude, mayonnaise on a pizza puff. French fries in your Wendy's Frosty. I mean, we did things. We did what we did. Yeah, it's heart attack in a jar. You know. I think Texas State James is the next chosen one. He very well could be. You know. As Patrick Starr would say, is mayonnaise an instrument of death? It is. Demon Deacon James. Okay. I'm going to miss the Honey Bucket Papa Squat Bowl brought to you by Charmin. Exactly. Exactly.
Team lean or team squat? I mean, come on.
Oh, mayonnaise. I used to love Miracle Whip. When my mom would abuse me as a child by making me liverwurst with Miracle Whip.
Dude.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm not getting mayo in a jar, dude. Miracle Whip is where it's at. That's not even a question.
Dude,
no.
Miracle Whip.
Like
there was a point in my life where fat ass used to live on white bread, bologna, Kraft Singles, and Miracle Whip.
Fat.
And willingly so.
Hey man, that's living right there. Now the question is, what was the chip that you had with that though? Because
there's Jay's, Chicago's finest, Jay's potato chips. You used to get a box of Jay's with 2 bags in it. Get home from school, turn on either the Cubs game or Super Mario Brothers, and just pound Jay's potato chips down your face. Dump that sugar into your system.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
All the insulin into your stomach. All of it. Incredible. No. Oh, God. Blue cheese. Oh. I can't do blue cheese at all. It's
disgusting, dude.
7-layer salad with Miracle Whip. There's something to be said for 7-layer dip. Here in the mighty Seattle, I got some avocados over the weekend at QFC, the grocery store, that were the best avocados I think I've ever had. Man, but refried beans, dude, do you understand?
So good.
The amount of lard that they put into refried beans, it's so bad for you. You need the organic refried beans in there. Oh, give me a layer of refried beans. We were discussing this weekend. Oh my God, it just went right out of my head. The cheese you get at Chipotle, the liquid cheese. Queso. We were discussing, you know, the Tostitos queso that you get in the jar?
Yep.
Is that any different than the queso you get at Chipotle?
Nope.
It pretty much isn't.
It's pretty much the same thing, dude.
We were at the grocery store looking at the Tostitos queso. I can't do it. But now you want to take me to Chipotle? Oh, yes. Yes. Is Team Lean versus Team Front to Back in the Pop-Tart Bowl, the Poop Tart Bowl? Yeah.
The Poop Tart Bowl.
Team Lean versus Team Stand. If you're not Team Stand, you're doing it wrong. Glenn says, Mayo Force be with you. You know, look, I don't do mayonnaise, but Miracle Whip makes mayonnaise seem like great mustard.
Facts, bro. See, that's a great way to say it, dude.
Miracle Whip is so good.
Yeah, man.
It's terrible for God. We're so fat. Oh my God.
It is what it is.
When you lose weight and you don't eat that shit and you realize how much of it you ate in the past, do you understand how many Oreos I've put into my mouth?
Okay.
Oh, so bad for you. Mayonnaise and banana sandwiches. You're not gonna get any cramps. Ugh. Miracle Whip is the most Satan thing ever made, but it's good. Miracle Whip did slap. The best part of a super basic sandwich. Got to have the chips on the sandwich too. Absolutely.
Sandwich.
And you need the ruffles with ripples. You need the wavy lays, man. So good. The Chad Carter, pound what's in your face, chips. Oh, my bad. Thought you said something else. Exactly. Miracle Whip is nasty. No, it's not.
No, Miracle Whip is gas, dude.
How dare you?
Yeah. Miracle Whip on a deli cut sandwich meat sandwich is outstanding.
Yes. Dude, I am on a run of shaved smoked turkey right now that it's so good. Oh, Duke's is the mayo of choice in North Carolina. Okay. Miracle Whip equals gag reflex. It's so good. Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby. Don't do it. Miracle Whip is. I mean, no, I'm not going to say that about Jesus, but mayonnaise and banana sandwich is crazy.
No, dude. No.
Nope. We all know TCU wins it all. Go Miracle Whip. A member for 14 months. Good to see you, David. Appreciate you. A real TCU fan. I worked at Chi-Chi's as a teenager in the kitchen. You couldn't pay me to eat refried beans. God, you guys remember Chi-Chi's? Refried beans they're death. They're so bad for you, but they're so good. Little taco surf in Huntington Beach. 7-layer dip is so gas. Yes, it is. I like me some Marzelli coleslaw dressing.
Coleslaw is one of those things, dude. You're either about that coleslaw life or you're not. And
macaroni salad.
Yeah, and Mac salad's got to be better than coleslaw, dude.
Mac salad, dude. I I like the Doritos. Doritos are so good, but I had a doctor once tell me never to eat them. They're one of the worst things you can eat. They're so good. Cool Ranch or Nacho? Gotta go Cool Ranch.
I'm audibly to spicy nacho.
No, shut up.
Yeah.
God,
Spicy nacho is awesome,
you
dude.
turned into such a terrible human.
I know. Don't knock it till you've tried it, dude. It's better.
Spicy nacho sucks. Dude, it's Cool Ranch or Nacho, period. This is like, oh, can we get a cream de mint Oreo cookie? No, Dick, we can't. Golden Oreos, double stuffed. It is what it is. Right? Like, if you don't like it, move on to the original. But don't give me some crazy, oh, let's get cake sprinkle flavor. No.
Waves in opposition.
Well, you're not here for pumpkin spice? You're not here for
lemon,
birthday
lemon.
cake?
Fucking lemon Oreos. Oh my God.
Lemon or thin Oreos, lemon flavor. Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Dude. Really good. Really good. Don't get me started on fry sauce.
Dude, what the hell? Like, who the hell came up with fry sauce? Can I just ask that question? Like that's one of the things I don't miss about the whole Salt Lake thing. I don't get asked like 800 times a month. Oh, hey, you want some fry sauce with that, bro? You'll roll up to a store like the grocery store and you'll find a way to get asked about fry sauce somehow in that city.
You understand that fry sauce, I could be, and I should look this up. Let's go to ChatGPT. What is fry
Let's consult the computer.
Send it to the computer. Fry sauce, basic recipe. Half cup ketchup, half cup mayo, mix it together. That's it. Variations. Add pickle juice. Fuck off.
Dude, what are we doing,
What are
bro?
we doing? Worcestershire sauce.
Bro.
Hot sauce for spice. Barbecue sauce or mustard for a twist.
Oh, fuck. What are we doing?
Where is it popular? ChatGPT says, where is it popular? Utah. Basically the only place you can get it or want to get it. Okay. No, fry sauce sucks. Right?
It's ass.
Unfortunately, Ozempic has turned me off to both. Good. Bro, I am on the weight loss front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to describe it. Like it is, I had an exit issue yesterday.
Oh dear.
I think I got some, I ate something that didn't agree with me on like Friday night. Dude, yesterday was, I had a 13-minute stretch where it was the consistency of like mud, wet mud.
I'm not afraid to die.
And then you use your air horn and it just everywhere. All over.
Bro.
Had to clean the bowl, like had to do maintenance. And then that was it. Nothing. So I'm hoping it's over because I'm going on vacation this week. If it happens again this morning after the show when I do the post-show download, or in this case, offload. If that happens again, we're going Imodium for the win. Because I can't relive
minutes.
I can't relive the Notre Dame incident in Paris.
Dude. No, and that's not a reference to the football team, dude. That's a reference to a bathroom at a cathedral. Okay.
That was a full-on Dumb and Dumber like exit.
Keep it real.
And then Jake's girlfriend gave me an Imodium pill the next morning and everything was right with the world. And I haven't had an incident since. And then yesterday happened and god damn, we keeping it real.
Yeah.
You know, peptide era could be, you know, Monty with a Jackson Pollock toilet bowl. Dude, it was power. You know, it was. Monty, now I don't need Ozempic. I don't take Ozempic, by the way. I'm a Zepbound guy. I was just about to eat breakfast, but you just took those calories away from me. Happy to help.
So what was the greater enjoyment? The power and the noise, or the relief of it all exiting? You're making it sound like it was like a bomb went off.
It
You know what I
was.
mean?
You ever just sit down and it makes so much noise that you're like self-conscious? Dude, I was home alone and I was self-conscious. And it needs to happen before 1 o'clock because the cleaning lady's coming today. I speak in practical terms.
Well, it's 12:45. Better roll over to the crapper and get this done. That way it's out of the way. But
That's
it's
their
13
problem, not
minutes
mine.
and I only have 15 minutes to work with here, so it's kind of a tight window.
Yeah, it was that thing where you let one go and then it's just like, oh man. Like it was an event. You know, when it happens, it's like, well, god damn. You stand up and you look at it and you're like,
Do you guys remember? Do you remember the days in office when you would go into the bathroom? It would be like a territorial power.
or you would have, it'd be so bad. You'd like, yeah, I should probably go to the 5th floor for this one.
Yeah. Let me go infect another department's bathroom.
Can't do this to my fellow coworkers. You know, I'm going to watch the replay later and skip lunch and dinner too. I'd be down like 2 pounds tomorrow. Glad I could help. I'll tell you,
man.
I didn't eat much yesterday. I had my regular power seed toast with bananas and peanut butter for breakfast. I had a protein bar. I had a bunch of cherries. Like cherries are back at Costco. A bunch of cherries. Went to the range last night. Didn't really eat dinner. Had a couple of pieces of smoked turkey last night. That was it. And it just was, ooh. Yes, it's that type of show today. It really is. You know. It just, it hit different yesterday. It's bad when the dog runs and hides. Truth. Absolutely. Monty living daily life as if he's about to prepare for a colonoscopy. Bro, I don't need one now. It all came out.
Well, it's not typically a day-to-day thing. I mean, it is, but it is every once in a while.
No, it's about once every 5 months, 6 months for me. It happened in October, it happened in December, and now it's happened in May. And that's about, it gives a new meaning to charting. It's unfortunate. All right. Let's reset. The Monty Show is always presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. 24/7, 365. The Advocates power the biggest stories in sports. And this morning we have a Monty Show exclusive for you. Sources in the television industry telling us that an executive committee made up of Big Ten and SEC membership has had significant talks with ESPN and Fox about a 2014 playoff. And as you know now, ESPN has the exclusive on the college football playoff, but that may well change, bringing Fox into the fold to handle what could be as many as 2 playing games to kick off the college football playoff. I don't think there's any doubt now. There's too much smoke not to be fire on a 2014 college football playoff. I think that's happening, and I think it's just a matter of time about the details. And I will continue to say that the SEC spring meetings, which will be at the end of the month, I think are hugely important because that's pretty much where this will be adjudicated. That's where this is going to get hashed out. And I have no doubt we're going to 24. I just don't think why would they not do it at this point? If you think about all the legwork that's gone into it, why would you not go to 24 at this point? I think you would.
Yeah. I mean, there wouldn't be anything to hold them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a sad, to me, it's a sad thing. I mean, I think that, there's going to be, I'm sure more people make revenue, and that'll be the thing that makes the headlines, and people will talk about how great this is money wise for the sport and, all of that. But anybody who's been watching college football for the last 20 years has seen the shift in priority from, developing kids and kids doing hard things and coming through the other side and being better people, and like that being parlayed to the football field, and like there being, actual consequences for the regular season. And I just feel like I really do just feel like it's a thing where we just are so obsessed with money in college football that it's the only thing that dominates conversation. Nobody cares about rando regular season game anymore. We just care about how many teams we can get into the CFP. And that's what's driving this conversation. Right. And that's hard to accept.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any doubt anymore. And there's not even a lot of conversation about it, that it's here. I mean, I don't know, you don't do anything about it. It's just the reality of it. I like the idea of playing games. It makes a lot of sense, which is why I thought they wouldn't do it. But I like the idea of playing games. You're going to be all right over there, Jake?
Yeah, I'm just fine. Please continue.
I like the idea of playing games. I think that in football, they just mean more. Right? I think it's been diluted in college basketball, but the NBA is interesting the way they do it. Football is unique. It's one game. If you win, you're in. If you lose, you're out. And I'm a huge fan of that, obviously.
And those games damn well better be on campus. Those are not neutral site games.
We'll see. When I used to work for a big company, I would almost always go down to the finance floor to use their facilities because they were a bunch of assholes anyway. That's right. We had a favorite spot at the Maverick Center in Salt Lake City. We used to routinely go up there and wreck. And it was always such a disappointment because then we started figuring out other people were wrecking there as well. And so you try to find another spot and,
it's not the same.
You have your throne in your spot where you feel comfortable just letting loose.
And now that's do I have that right, that the Grizzlies aren't there anymore, right?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Utah Grizzlies hockey. A thing of the past, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ryan Duffy, will your mark accept 2 AQs this go around?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Probably not. I don't think so. The Natural, my issue is how long before they talk about expanding to more than 24? It never stops. No, because the money doesn't stop. You get addicted to the money.
I think that there's a chance, just given the conversation around a new entity and that process playing out, because that process is playing out. It's just a lot longer winded of a process in adjusting the CFP.
Yep.
I do think there's a chance that we won't see more CFP expansion after this, only because they're going to run out of time, right? I mean, if you wouldn't expand the CFP again after this, you would just go into the new entity, and that would be your expansion, if you want to call it.
Correct.
That would be your adjustment. So,
correct.
Yeah.
Phil Venzer, I'll be in Scottsdale June 1st, hoping to get on Talking Stick before they aerate the greens. Yeah. Talking Stick's okay. Talking Stick's okay. As long as they, for 24 teams, the start of the season, the first Saturday in August, the Natty on New Year's Day. Yeah. We'll see. Yes, Brandon. I feel like a 2014 playoff model is making college football the NBA regular season. When are they going to start resting players in the fourth quarter? Not worth the risk kind of stuff with John Matt tier. Yeah. Power flushing toilets with automatic sensors at the VA. Lean forward and it thinks you got up and you get a cold splash of water hitting the backside.
Yeah, dude. All been there.
Could have used a bidet. Yesterday was one of those incidents where you're like, dude, I should just take a shower. You know. No acknowledgement of joining. Got tired of waiting for CalTurd to choose. When did you do that? When did you do that? It doesn't tell me you joined. I see that Calford.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let me go and look.
It doesn't tell me that you joined. When did you join? Usually it tells me, hey, buddy, join the membership.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't see that you joined.
We're going to go here.
I don't know. It must have been today. It had to have been today. I don't see, but you know.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not trying to be difficult, bro. I mean, clearly you're a member, but I don't see that you joined today. I'm looking at the list.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that you're a member. Thank you for that.
Dude, thank you. Yes, obviously. Yeah, of course. I'm just saying.
Yeah. If you're not a
it
member
says
now,
0. It says 0 days. So it must just not have given us a notification. I don't know.
Did Calford just give 20 more? He did. Calford gave us 20. You guys, come on, everybody, hit the like button for Calford.
Yeah, I mean,
seriously, that's amazing. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, everybody hit the like button, please. If you have not, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Dustin Chuckmore.
Hey, Chuckmore.
Beach Bum 0. Rytos 99. Nathan B 350. Mr. Green gets a membership. Randy says about 10 minutes ago he joined. Okay, well, we appreciate that. Amazing. Thank you. Nick D says, thank you. Thank Cal for your gifted membership as well. Appreciate that. Lamont Tucker, who's been a member for 31 months.
Okay, Lamont. Okay.
Just ridiculous at 24. I agree.
You can change that nasty ass profile picture of the Michigan athletics team of whatever variety. But other than that, I appreciate you.
Basketball championship.
Yeah.
Calford deja vu, indeed. Appreciate that. Is Calford funding James Burner accounts? I believe he is.
Here we go.
Infowars.com.
Exactly right. Appreciate that, Calford. Thank you. Calford baller, indeed. Now Ryan Duffy shows up as a member. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. We appreciate that very much. So thank you for that. What do you guys make of no conference championship games? Because the American Football Coaches Association voted to eliminate conference championship games. Doesn't mean it's done. But they're recommending it's done. I think it's a huge mistake. I think those games have to be automatic qualifiers. Because the sanctity of big matchups should be protected. And I think if we're going to play conference championship games, they should be AQs. They should be the only AQs. If you're going to do 24, have 4 AQs.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Yeah, because the other part too is like, it builds resume and legacy as a head coach. Like, how many conference championships did you win? How many CFP games did you win? How many national championships do you have? Like, that's all part of the equation. And now I feel like, again, unintended consequences. If you're a newer coach, like if you're Sumrall at Florida, let's say, like, and conference championship goes away, like, what's the new measuring stick? Like, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, I agree. That is the crazy part. Let's see. Ryan Duffy, also white pants with those bathroom stories is insane. I'm going to wear white pants. I should wear the white pants to Rick Ross tonight. That's as simple as I can say. Ricky Rose deserves white pants.
Right.
So, yeah, excited to see. Did I tell you guys that? I'm going to see Rick Ross tonight here in Seattle.
Are you being serious?
What do you mean? Yes, I'm being serious.
Oh, okay. That just seems a little out of the blue for you.
He's playing with the symphony.
Oh, okay. You got to preface that.
Rick Ross is legitimately one of my favorite performers.
Okay.
And he is going to rap with the Seattle Symphony tonight.
Mm.
And I'm here for it. Well, I'll be there for it.
So
good
you're
luck on
gonna
having
wear
the
the
show
white
tomorrow.
pants. You're gonna test pilot the white pants situation. To
Maybe I
Rick
will.
Ross.
Maybe I will.
Okay.
Don't make me, because maybe I will.
Okay.
If I'm not going to the range tonight, and I'm not going to the range tonight, I probably should put on some white pants and go see Rick Ross. So, it is what it is. The Stadium Guy James for $5. We need 24 teams so all my favorite teams can get in.
Why did you say JK at the end?
Yeah, why the
just
JK
kidding.
at the end?
Leave the JK out. It's not funny because
no,
it's
that's
true.
that's not just kidding. That's Jesus Christ with a K now.
Oh, thank Monty, dude. Thank you for the clarification, man. I never.
Or it
would,
could be just
yeah.
Kansas, because he is a Kansas fan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe he
Don't
just
think-
mistyped it. Right, it should have been KJ, Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, Kansas.
Get a life, man. Come on, man.
He's not kidding. Notice he throws Utah State in there, so he's lying, because Utah State has no fans. J.K. Rowling, not just kidding. Gotcha. Didn't she write
Don't.
Game of Thrones?
No. You know what she wrote?
Oh, Heat. She wrote Heat. That's
No.
right.
One of the best movies ever, but no.
The Ring?
Nope.
Home Alone?
Nope.
Gladiator?
No.
Toy Story?
Nope.
Finding Nemo?
Nope. No East Australian Currents.
Yeah, can't say I know who J.K. Rowling is.
Okay.
I do know. I'm just not willing to say it.
Oh, but Monty, you said you didn't know. How could you not know? I mean, God, you don't even know ball.
I am not willing to say it. I'm just not. Amy S79. The Bashir, you have to set your YouTube account to accept gift memberships. Then you'll be in the running for a random.
How the hell do you know how to get a gifted membership if you're not a member of the show? Like, how does that work, dude?
Yeah, how do you not have one? Orange Man James. Just imagine the raucous atmosphere of the Dome in Syracuse for playoff football. Orgasmic. Yeah. She wrote Star Wars with crappy lightsabers. There you go.
I mean, that's
J.K.
a
Rowling.
fair comparison, dude.
Can we at least, okay, you guys, can we coalesce around the idea that Star Wars, the original 3 movies were fine, everything else is sucked, including Jar Jar James?
Yes.
We can all get around the campfire on that.
Why is it that this week the words coalescing and scarcity have just been, just forced down my throat like 800 times, dude? Like everybody is saying it now.
Everybody listens to the Marty program. What does Jeff Kemp have to deal with all these James' favorite teams making the playoffs? I have no idea what that means. Always thought it was random for real. It's not random. You just got to be one of the first 20 people to pick up the membership.
It's not random. It's competitive. Here you go. There's scarcity.
Okay. Matchup throwdown. I'm surprised Monty doesn't take advantage of anything that allows him to whip out his wand.
Okay, bro. Dude.
Okay. Rogue One and Andor were excellent. You missed out on good SW if you didn't see those.
I mean,
okay.
Saying Rogue One was excellent. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put excellent on it. Solid, yeah, solid, but excellent.
I do believe I have seen all of the movies. Jar Jar James is the worst character in the history of movies. It's terrible. So with the explanation coming, what does this mean for non-New Year's 6 bowl games? Will eligibility change for bowl games? I doubt it. because people like to get in their Japo shit boxes and go for drives to the meaningless bowl and then say that beating X team in that bowl game is meaningful. I mean, I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but come on, TCU won that bowl game. They beat Jimmy State. Moving in the right direction.
Give the coach an extension, Monty.
We hired an offensive coordinator from UConn. What more can we do? Kendall Briles was fired. Actually quit and went to the SEC to be a coordinator. So, big improvement. Addition by subtraction.
God, addition by subtraction. Get out of here, dude.
Is this the Monty show or the James show? It's your mom's show, Phil.
I don't know. Is it UNLV's town or the Oakland A's town?
Angry Phil is back. Yes, he is. Never forget that Darth Maul is the only character to kill Liam Neeson on screen.
Yeah, it must have been the double lightsaber, you know?
Is that the one with the reds?
Yes,
black?
the red face with the horns on his head.
So good.
Yeah.
Such a good character. Bowl games are going to turn into qualifiers, etc. It's my guess. Maybe it makes bowl games mean something again. Las Vegas Bowl becomes a CFP round one game.
That's what they always should have been for the CFP. Bowl games should have always been qualifiers for the CFP. I couldn't agree more.
Who doesn't want to go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl 100 times over? I would agree. I mean, how do you not? I mean, it would be akin to paying huge money for blue turf. Did you guys hear this story? So, you know, the folks in Boise ripped out the turf and put new turf in. Buddy paid, wasn't it like 40 gur, Jake?
Yes, I believe it was 40. Let me double check just super quick.
This dude
25. My apologies. 25.
Paid 25 gur for a 6 by 12 foot, 40-yard line turf marker.
400 square feet worth of turf.
No, it's not 400 square feet.
Is it? Yeah. Chris Vanini said it was 400 square feet.
Okay, well, what's 40? Well, I guess that would be, yeah. My bad. 25 gur?
Like,
that's crazy. Sold for $4,000 while a 6 by 4 foot 2 in the 20-yard line sold for $2,000. Help me. Help me.
I would love to get to a place in life where I can just throw money away on old, used, sun-baked turf.
Where are you going to put this?
Yeah, are you going to build a golf simulator with this turf, or like, what are we doing? Like, what? That's a great question. Like, yeah, where are you putting? Are you just rolling this up and putting this in your garage, or like, what's the deal?
I'm not putting.
First of all, let me ask this:
the days of buying stuff I'm not going to use. This feels like one of those things where you buy it and you don't use it.
What are you spending 25 grand on, dude? Because it's not turf. I can tell you that.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't even know. Honest to God, where would you put this in your basement or your man cave? If you said to me, "Hey, do you want the 50-yard line logo from Notre Dame Stadium?" No, I'm fine. They actually use real grass there, though, just so we're clear. But what do you do with what like? And how does Oak State James not own this? He is a huge Boise State fan.
Yeah, dude.
I have no desire to have this in my house. What would you do? What would you want? Seats? Like, what would you do with it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, I just can't imagine spending $25,000, bro. Like, my goodness, dude. Like I just clearly this is a major Boise State fan. Clearly this is someone well off, and 25 grand isn't much to them. But I just look at this and I say, man, like, yeah, really,
No.
like, what are you doing with this? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird to me.
James says just paint your own grass blue and save the money. Oh, please. You'd pay twice that amount for Todd Monken's jock strap. You save the money.
Don't roll in here with the save the Bulls argument, dude. We both know that you would have spent your life savings on Mike Gundy, on a piece of hair off Mike Gundy's head back in the day.
Tell me you wouldn't have. I don't believe you. I have a seat from Old Yankee Stadium and it sits in the closet. I have nowhere to put it. I would buy a seat from Wrigley Field for sure. If you'd have said to me a black and white tile from the old Chicago Stadium to frame and hang in your office, yes. Yep. I mean, I get the collector aspect of it as I bought my seat from the Orange Bowl, but turf, that's not even grass. It's a chunk. I don't get it. In a big chunk, I don't get it. Yeah, and it's not going to smell good either. Maybe he hates Boise and wants a place for his dog to dump in the house. God, what I wouldn't give for like a USC logo I could have my dog take a crap on once a day. That would be amazing. Ken Maynor. The blue turf is now played out. Random directional school now does colored turf. Yeah. But we were the original, Monty. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not
I've had it.
Dude.
I've had it with UNLV. They extend the AD. I get season tickets to Arizona State. You're not leaving UNLV, Phil.
Yeah, come on, guy.
Stop. They probably just going to hang it in a man cave. Pointless. Totally agree. My buddy's dad bought seats from the old Red Stadium riverfront, and we used it as cookout chairs and would watch games from them when we were kids. See, that's cool. I would love, if you wanted to give me seats from Wrigley Field, I would take them.
Yeah, that's cool.
I would love that. If you want to give me dirt from Wrigley Field, nah, I'm okay. Outfield grass, nah, I'm okay. A base? Probably not even a base. That just doesn't, like, I'm even past the point of jersey stuff. Like, I own 2 jerseys, a Blackhawk Stan Mikita jersey that now is way too big on me, and a Walter Payton Chicago Bears jersey.
Yeah, you've moved on to Golden Shamrock Rowback performance hoodies.
Anything golf clothing. White pants.
Yeah.
For Ricky Rose tonight.
Right.
Why are you so surprised I'm going to see Rick Ross?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't realize you were that big of a Rick Ross guy. I
love Rick Ross.
Yeah, I just didn't know that. Like,
is that surprising to you?
It's not surprising you're seeing him in Symphony. That makes a lot more sense. I would have been a little bit surprised if you were going to
smoke weed and get high at the Rick Ross show.
At the Rick Ross. Like, I'm like, what? Like, that's not your crowd.
Yeah, there's very little chance you'll ever see me smoking weed.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would take.
Well, not even smoking it, though. Like, just going to that show, you're going to get a contact high. That's happening.
Probably true. I watched my mother-in-law drop acid at a Dead show once. That was fun. People are awash in Micron money in Boise. It's more or less a gift. Yeah, that's probably true. Natural says use it for a rug. Chuck, I've always hated that blue turf. Made every game they're unwatchable on TV. I would agree. Brandon Butler, I had a couple of bricks from the Madhouse on Madison and the old Comiskey that the ex-wife got rid of. Good woman.
Your
Nobody
former
liked.
wife.
Yeah. What about
Not
your current wife?
Yeah.
Nobody likes Comiskey Park. Place was a shithole. Who knew when we saw the thumbnail this morning that this was going to turn into a theme show as we all just crap on everything inspired by Monty's issues? Truth. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Someone cut out old turf from the 49ers logo and put it in a man cave room. Hey?
I don't know. I guess that's just not my cut. That's not my deal. I if I'm spending that kind of money, dude, it's going to be Probably something golf or car related. I legitimately can't
What
think
would
of
you
another
spend
thing.
25 gur on for golf?
Like a trip of some kind, or I mean, there's I have no idea, dude. Like, who the hell knows? Like,
We used to take golf trips together, Jake and I. We don't do that anymore.
okay, yeah, whatever.
I really want to go to Banff this summer, and my wife won't go. And the airfare is so cheap. Go to Banff, buy real estate. Yeah. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't math. Monty's Holy Trinity, Rick Ross, Pitbull, and James the Cantor. Exactly. Monty gonna destroy the toilets at the Rick Ross concert. Huh. No, dude, if it happens this morning again, I'm telling you, I'm taking Imodium. I'm going on vacation. I am not playing this game. I want a patch of turf from the old Ohio State turf and had the same thought. What am I going to do with this? Exactly. Do you know how many people dumped their relatives' ashes on the old Wrigley Field? I'm sure they did. I'm sure on the current one. Which I don't really understand that. But Stadium Guy James, even I got a contact high at the Dave Matthews Band concert 2 years ago.
Did you wear your khaki cargo shorts and your Velcro sandals to that too? Or
And listen, if you went to a Dave Matthews concert,
DMB,
which I don't believe that you went to see the DMB.
And is that with your last wife or your current wife? Just for clarification.
You wore cotton cargo shorts with a cotton Walmart polo shirt tucked into them. And the collar was rolled up because it's a shitty shirt. And you're a tighty-whitey guy. So we all know what that looks like. Tube socks. And I'm guessing some kind of Velcro sandal.
James, can you confirm or deny the tighty-whitey allegations?
Please don't. Please don't.
Mm-hmm. This is a tasty burger.
Dude.
Don't.
Oh, man, dude.
Jake, they were Hey Dudes at the DMV concert.
Hey Dudes. Hey Dudes.
He wore Hey Dudes with knee-high tube socks.
Yes.
The ghost of Bob Ross painting trees at the Rick Ross concert. Good old Bob Ross. What a tragedy that story is.
Yeah.
Ryan Duffy, is James going to sit in the TCU student section this fall? If yes, a pic of that will be my avatar. James isn't. See, the problem is James is like 78 years old. And he's trying to put himself off as a student at TCU, which he's not. He's just in a program at TCU.
I'm sorry, a what?
A program. He's getting his Seaman Demon HDiv thing.
It's probably different than what you're thinking, though.
And listen, you do you. You do you. It is what it is. Chewy, I met Kid Cutie when I was in college. He went to my school for a semester, saw in line at a food court. He was really cool and nice. Okay. That's cool. I wish I could have seen Ronnie James Dio live before he died. Okay. James had, cheerleaders at TCU yell stranger danger when James is watching practice while hiding behind the bleachers.
I don't know. I'm not trying to call him a petter.
I don't think he's a petter.
Yeah.
James had the white New Balances from Costco on.
Oh, please, Chuck. No. He is a Nike grandpa shoes guy. We know that.
I think he is. My guess is he's a Velcro shoe guy. James doesn't. My guess is James does not invest in shoes. It's not that guy. Oh, look at that. The mayor of Montytown has arrived.
Sudded.
Sudded. Sergeant Morhew for $5. Excited for Rick Ross opening act. Weird DJ State James. I've heard that. You know. Saw, dude. Skechers for him. He's not a Sketcher guy.
No, I just don't think he cares about the quality that much. I'm telling you, if you're willing to wear Hey Dudes, you're willing to wear,
his former wife is a Walmart manager. He's wearing Wrangler jeans and Velcro shoes.
Socks with sandals.
Those Velcro sandal things.
Mm-hmm. Sandal shoes.
I don't believe you. I moved up to Skechers. Monty, I'm going to tag you online. I'm going to put it on Twitter and tag Monty in it.
Okay, I need to... Okay, let me see. James, you never asked to be in the members only level membership.
No, we did not.
Are you members only or are you just entry level?
No,
because you understand
entry level.
You understand if you were members only, you could post all this stuff in that chat and talk to these people. You get that, right?
Which would be incredible.
Yeah, that would be a next level development on the show.
That would be incredible. He joined 3 years ago, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, dude.
Which, hey, listen, James, I appreciate the way you support this show. You say stupid shit, you piss people off.
And then you do it all in Skechers, which really you deserve a lot of credit for. I couldn't do that.
I like Dave Matthews in the Sandler blended movie. Other than that, talented guy, but not my cup of tea. Okay. All the James talk is more entertaining than the endless conference realignment BS.
You're not wrong.
You want to lose James? Put him in the members only chat. We are savages. Yeah, you probably don't want to do. That's right. You don't want that heat. Ask Tanner Plummer, who got run out of the members only chat.
Spinal.
Remember Boss Frog? I miss Boss Frog.
Back is broken.
A real TCU fan, by the way.
A real TCU fan. Atomic Skull. So, is the G5 totally out of the 2014 model? I believe they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. As they should be. In all honesty, as they should be. All right, let's talk about a cautionary tale of pounding the in-house chef.
How dumb do you think I am?
Did you guys watch the Stefan Diggs trial?
Why do we do this every year? Last year it was Johnny Depp. This year it's Stefan Diggs.
Was Bed Pooper just last year? No, that was more than last year.
Was that more than last year? Maybe a couple years
Had
ago
to
now.
be.
Time just flies.
I've never pooped in my... Well, that's not true. One time, many years ago, I may have had an accident, but that's not the point. Amber Heard's a scumbag, in my opinion.
Waves in opposition.
But this chick, dude, this girl that tried to get Stefan Diggs, you're just not the sharpest tool in the shed. And you look at how unemotional Diggs is about the verdict.
Strangulation or suffocation. What is your verdict? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
On count 2, the charge of assault and battery. What is your verdict? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Madam Forelady, members of the jury, hearken to your verdict as the court has recorded it. Upon your oath, you say that the defendant is not guilty of the count of strangulation or suffocation and not guilty of the count of assault and battery. So say you, Madam Forelady?
Yes.
So say all members of the jury?
Yes.
Just completely unemotional. But didn't you know the outcome after stuff like this happened?
Miss Adams cooked dinner that night?
It was like a hot dog. It was like and there was like mustard on it, but it was like left on the counter and it was like dried up. And then in the room, it was like dried up. So there was like 2 that were made.
Let me back you up on that. Do you know if she did cook dinner that night?
She did.
Where did she do that?
In the kitchen.
And what time did you see that?
I just remember the food being like prepared
Okay.
already.
And you mentioned it was a hot dog or something like
Yeah,
that?
it was like a hot dog, or like, you know, like Auntie Anne's when they have like the pretzel dogs. It kind of looked like that, but it just looked dried up.
It just looked dried up, dude.
What are we doing? You're Steph Diggs, the NFL wide receiver. You hired a personal chef who you made soup with, and her cooking skills were hot dogs with hard dried up mustard. That okay? And then afterwards, your lawyer said,
I'm thankful for someone like Stephon Diggs, who insisted that he get his day in court so that his truth could be heard, and it was heard. No assault ever occurred, as Andrew said, both during his opening and his summation. People have to stop targeting professional athletes and trying to extract money. They have a target on their back, and it's hard enough doing what they do, and this has to stop.
do you believe that's what this was?
Yes.
You think she saw a payday in this?
Yep. 100%.
I would agree.
100%. I think that, you know, some people just are doing things for the wrong reason, and she was one of those people. I mean, I'm not certainly saying that Stephon Diggs is a perfect citizen and a model citizen and all that junk, but what I am saying is that is the justice system doing work in our country, and, you know, evidence was presented, and I think her case was over and this was done, rubber stamped. He's not going to be convicted of anything. When it came out, when she was sitting on the stand, that she deleted text messages and lied to the authorities. You're not doing that.
This was ugly. I don't know how much you guys paid attention to this, but this was ugly. This was really, really ugly.
Yeah. Not good at all.
Yeah, not good at all. Tanner, loaner phone, BDM, non will survive the member chat. No. King of Thailand, BDM, nah. BDM can't be in the member chat. He got booted. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh. Salty Drunk was fun. Oh, brutal. Matchup Throwdown. Join us, James. It'll be fun. You know. Steph was innocent, and the jury sentenced the FedEx driver who murdered a 7-year-old to death.
They did.
Okay. Yeah, I think it is. I think he was a target. I tried to upgrade.
Here we go. Dude, bro. What do you mean you, quote, tried to upgrade and it only gives you members only as a choice? So all the people who are upgrading to members only and pay for it every month, and no. I'm sorry. That's just not the case, dude. Somebody in the comment section help him upgrade, please. Please.
And then we need to talk about the fact that Bo Nix has a leg.
Ugh.
You guys.
Like,
that's a leg. I mean, I could get you a leg.
Dude. I don't need more pictures like this. I don't need to see Alex Smith 2.0. I'm sorry. I don't. Like, this is
You're
nasty.
telling me Buddy's ever going to be the same. That is disgusting. I'm sorry. You said you play football for what? Why? Because this is not good. This is not good. I'm not here for it.
Listen, man, football's a great game, but it's not worth damn near losing your leg. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not. And we're going to talk about golf here in a little while, but dude, like, there are so many other sports you can play. I mean, again, look no further than the Laker game last night with Jared Vanderbilt and his finger.
Oh,
like, bro, it's.
By the way, on that Jared Vanderbilt thing, screw you, Jake. Oh,
Why?
Good teams win. Great teams cover.
Hey, man, 18-point win.
Shut up, Jake. Anyway, after Jake texted me that last night, I felt like Bo Nix's leg looks.
Ugh, dude, it's nasty.
I'm telling you, football's not worth it.
No.
Football's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's called losing your quality of life. Notice the scar on his kneecap.
I wonder if that's your leg, right? I wonder what that feels like once you're allegedly back to 100% or whatever. Like once your rehab's done.
I don't buy it.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like I just, how are you ever back to, like, what is that? I'm just curious what that feels like or looks like, or like how that, you know what I mean? Like it's just so different.
Nope. I'm not doing it. Football hurts. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. He might as well just shown us a picture of a lion bite like it's the Gladiator all over again. Oh,
yeah.
It's disgusting. No. I used to have good-sized calf muscles from carrying my fat ass around. After my accident, I got atrophy in one leg, no calf muscle at all. It's crazy looking. Ooh, sorry to hear that. Oh. Chuck says, ask Joe Theismann. Yeah, Joe Theismann's leg injury. Oh. Yeah. Great. I got my appetite back only for you to put Bo Nix's leg on and make me just puke up the oatmeal. About the trigger warning. How about a trigger warning asking for some friends?
Yeah, trigger Monty.
Oh, so disgusting. Just gross. You know. Oof. James knows how to have 24 burners but can't upgrade properly. Seriously. If my kids were to play professional sports, it'd 100% be golf. Look at Tony Finau. Dude has earned like $60 million and averages like 12th and 16th spot. Doesn't have to ruin his body. Ding.
What do you mean, dude? Like, it's just not that hard to understand. Like, I get that it's a grind, but golf is the way, dude. I'm telling you, the money in golf is like, this is, yeah. Don't get
the
me
money
started
and
on
the
pricing,
lack of
dude.
the money and the lack of brain damage.
Yeah, like you're just go out there, grind your ass off, make 50 bands a week, making the cut, and you're good. Like, that's it.
Yeah, if you legit just make the cut. That's all you have to do. You'll never
Not a
want.
household name. Not a household name. Not winning the Masters. Not top end golfer. Just run of the mill. You know, sweating it out to make the cut each week. You'll make incredible money.
Yeah, you will. I'm so disappointed this shirt is too big now. Clothing is so stupidly expensive. Oh, he says he found it.
Oh.
He found it.
Okay.
Did,
well, that's, I mean.
Is he? Why is it not telling me when people join the membership?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's odd. It's not in the viewer activity. You guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button.
How hard is it to hit the like button, dude?
Hit the like button. Please hit the like button.
Yes. Members only content.
Hey, well, Jake's going to invite you into the group. If James would go to school somewhere that had an AAU membership, eventually he'd be able to upgrade.
Now, James, I do need to ask a question here. Which one of the 800 burner accounts do you want me to add to the members only chat? I mean, are we doing Oak State James's right hand? Are we doing, big ball sack James? Like, which one are we doing, bro?
Dana Marie.
Yeah, Dana Marie. Do you want me to add Dana Marie to the chat? Like, what can I do for you?
You know. It takes 2 seconds to hit the like button. Yeah, you guys, come on, really. If you could please hit the like button, it very much helps the channel grow. We've had close to 1,000 views this morning and only 46 likes. Please hit the like button. Makes a big difference for us here on the Monty Show. Let's talk about Bryson DeChambeau. Do you guys think live golfers, should they just be given a free pass to rejoin the PGA Tour? Certainly not. But this Bryson DeChambeau stuff yesterday, quite unfortunate. The punishment that he faces at the PGA Tour level, considering what I could do for them, Bryson, explain to me what you could do for the PGA Tour, because I don't see it. He's a cartoon character. He occasionally is able to put things together, but he's not consistently the best golfer in the world. I don't even think he's close to the best golfer in the world. Is he top 10? Some weeks. Is he top 50? Pretty much every week. But that doesn't mean you're one of the best golfers in the world. I don't view him, and this is maybe where I am wrong. I don't view Bryson DeChambeau as a top 10 golfer in the world. I think probably right now, Rory McIlroy or Scotty are the two best golfers in the world. And I think there's a laundry list of guys around them. And I just don't, I think it's very interesting that Bryson believes he could do something for the PGA Tour. And I'm just curious, what is it you think you could do? What do you, if I said, what does Bryson bring to the PGA Tour?
Yeah, I mean, clearly he would bring eyes on some level, but it's
does he though?
Yeah, I mean, I think, listen, so before I get into what I think of him, yes, he brings eyes to the tour on some level. Like, difference making or not, I don't know. But if DeChambeau is top 5 on a Sunday, that helps your leaderboard. I like that, and that's how I gauge guys. Okay, what's your name? If you're on the leaderboard on Sunday and you're competing to win the tournament, does that impact TV viewership? So if it's Scotty, Rory, Cam Young, handful of guys, and Bryson's there, does that help or hurt things? Well, I would contend that it probably helps things, right? Like, we've seen Rory and Bryson go back and forth. Obviously, the U.S. Open was a huge deal at the time. And since then, he's been a nobody because of LIV. So I don't know if Bryson, the problem is I can't, like with Jon Rahm, I can say, yeah, you know what? Like, you're not a competitive golfer right now because you haven't played enough competitive golf. Like, that's it. Like, you need to, I was glad to hear that John settled his disputes with the PGA Tour and DP World Tour.
DP World Tour.
And, he's going to play again, and he's found, he's obviously got that path back. Okay, great. So Jon Rahm, I would guess next season will be back to being Jon Rahm. I would guess, given the fact he's going to play a bunch of DP World Tour golf. Bryson, however, the astounding thing about the statement is not just that he's like, hey, like what I could do for the tour, but he's criticizing the tour for not putting their ego aside to bring him back, to just allow him back, while at the same time being egotistical as hell. And that's the problem, dude. The self-awareness piece with Bryson DeChambeau makes him one of the most unlikable golfers in the world. And it used to be that Bryson was this cool American story with a really unique swing. And we all remember the highlights of him hitting that 300+ yard drive over Bay Hill. Like we all remember that. But now I'm at a point where you went to LIV. I stopped watching you. You showed up at the Masters and looked like ass and blamed the clubs and blamed the course and blamed everybody but yourself. And now I'm like, yeah, like I like Scotty. I like Rory. Love Cam Young. Love the guys that like Chris Gotterup, Tony Finau. Like, there are a bunch of names on the tour. Hideki Matsuyama, I'm a huge fan of.
But Matt Fitzpatrick's a better player.
Matt Fitzpatrick's a far better player right now.
Justin Rose is a better player.
Well, Colin
Morikawa, not healthy, but in general, I think Colin's a better player than Bryson.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, though, is it better player or value to the tour? Bryson DeChambeau is going to bring an audience just because there's a freak factor.
Mm-hmm.
Is he more valuable than Tommy Fleetwood for that reason? That's a conversation we can have.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that he should face no punishment for trying to dismantle the PGA Tour? Yeah, no, it doesn't mean that. No, it does not mean that. Does that mean that Jon Rahm shouldn't have to pay the DP World Tour his fines? No, it doesn't mean that. But here's the thing. A guy like Bryson DeChambeau is not nearly as good at golf as he thinks he is. And does he have major wins? Yes. Has he shown out in majors lately? Absolutely not. No, he is not. And what, he won the U.S. Open a couple of years ago, or Does that mean he's one of the 10 best golfers in the world? No. No, what is he? 31st, I think, in the world golf rankings or something. I mean, I'm just not, these live guys should have, you tried to destroy the PGA Tour.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to destroy the PGA Tour. It's as simple as that. You should have to face consequences for that.
Yeah, and I just don't understand, like, the idea that he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to go and grow my YouTube channel, and that's what I'm going to do. Like, I love the assertion that he's saying that the PGA Tour is, like, he said something to the effect of, in this statement, it was a long-ranging comment out of him, but he said something to the effect of that the PGA Tour has had to lay off employees and restructure its business, and I actually don't agree with that, dude. I actually don't think that the PGA Tour has done a ton of that. Have they done a little bit of it? Sure,
Yes.
but I don't think they've done like ass loads of it to the point where the tour is being looked at as like in a position of weakness or like in a position of they're not going to exist anymore. Nobody's ever said that. No one's ever insinuated it. And the fact that he's doing that is crazy. Like this bottom portion here where he's like, everybody needs to come in with a level-headed playing field with an optimistic mindset to grow the game of golf. That's why I came over here. That's why I do what I do on YouTube. Yeah, but here's the problem, bro.
Yeah,
like,
Live Golf owns your YouTube channel.
Yeah. One, Live Golf owns your YouTube channel now. Two, you Live was, in my opinion, and I said this, go back and listen to it. The advent of Live Golf was that, hey, we're going to roll out a team golf model. That was how you were going to grow the game. But the problem is the fundamental core value of golf is it's not a team sport. We have enough of that already.
Correct.
Think about the idea of why golf is so popular now. Because everyday Joe can go and get his average ass set of clubs, roll out to the course, and shoot 5 under on any given day and dominate his friends. That's the whole point. It's you versus the ball so that you can go out and beat the guys you're playing with, man. And no, again, and this is, you and I are a little bit different on this. I don't consume a ton of YouTube golf. I'm not like, I don't find it to be just overwhelmingly entertaining.
I love it.
There are some things, right? Like the Tiger stuff with some of these channels, or like just some of these odds and ends, they're entertaining. But Bryson, dude, I need you to understand that just because you have a big YouTube channel doesn't mean that the Genesis Open gives a damn about you. It doesn't. Nobody, the Masters and Augusta National doesn't care about your YouTube channel.
Why? I wish that these guys had simply said, I'm going for the money. If you'd have just said, I'm going for the money, like Dustin Johnson did, Dustin Johnson will find his way back. The problem is, it's the guys you're not thinking of. The garden variety Live golfer will never have a place to play because they're not going to be able to afford the fines on the DP World Tour. And the PGA Tour is not going to accept them back. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't believe they should get a free pass back.
Nope.
You went to destroy the PGA Tour and it didn't work out. Sorry, Sergio.
Yeah. And if you can't, I'll even double down on it. If you can't afford the fines and you want to play on the PGA Tour, then you need to pay fines through your earnings until your fines are paid up. It's as simple as that, dude. This is what I mean. Like people, I see a lot of this sympathetic viewpoint to these guys. Like, did people forget what all these guys said and what all these guys did and what you tried to do to the business of the PGA Tour? Like, you tried to kill the PGA Tour and failed.
Yeah.
And now you just want to come back. So no, I don't feel sorry for Dustin Johnson or Bryson or Phil or any of these dudes. You all made the wrong choice, and we told you were making the wrong choice. But the problem is there are some of you who I think most of the golfing community would love to see back playing around on Sunday in a meaningful tournament. I think we can all agree on that. We'd love to see Dustin Johnson back. That doesn't mean he escapes the fines, but we'd love to see you back. So let's figure it out. Bryson is just an a-hole about it, in my opinion. You're just prideful. You're in that cut of golfer, and this is the last thing I'll say, but you're in that cut of golfer that thinks you're above it. You think that you are just so valuable that the PGA Tour should just make exceptions for you. It's like getting pulled over and saying, "Hey, I'm this guy, so don't give me a ticket." That's not happening, bro. Sorry, man. Zero sympathy. You made a bad choice.
You sued the PGA Tour, and there comes consequences with that.
Yeah.
As there should be. So YouTube for golf is great if you just want to see a great shot. See, I disagree. Guys like Bryson, they do all kinds of cool content. They do Bryson DeChambeau, Garrett Metcalf, Grant Horvat. Like I watch the lads with Jason Day and Ryan Ruffles. Like they go and play world-class courses. They do 2v2 challenges. Like Phil Mickelson and Grant Horvat versus Garrett Metcalf and Bryson DeChambeau is one of the best 2v2 series. It's compelling. It's major style golf. John Rahm. And I can't remember who Rahm was teamed with, but Rahm versus Phil and Grant Horvat, major style golf. It's wildly entertaining. And I love it. So, yeah, I saw that Ted Turner passed away. Completely changed the TV game in this country. The natural. Bryson is annoying AF. I remember when he tried to say a fire anthill was dangerous, so he needed a free drop. What guys will do for a free drop. I'll never understand the guy who's just playing golf and won't improve his lie. Or like I told you guys about that flop shot I hit last weekend. I'm not improving that lie. That's actually fun. I said to my wife, if this shot goes horribly wrong, I'm not even going to be mad about it. Because that's fun. But if you're in the fairway and your ball ends up in a divot and you're not on the PGA Tour, move the ball out of the divot.
Yeah.
If you're in the bunker and you don't want to play a bunker shot, pull it out of the bunker and play it off the grass. Like, golf is fun when you allow it to be fun. A lesson that's taken me forever to learn. But it's fun. And yeah, Chuck, I think YouTube golf is, Jake, you would love YouTube golf. If you watched Phil Mickelson in the match with John Rahm, and I can't for the life of me remember who he played with, but Phil Mickelson and Grant Horvat are really close friends. They have business partnerships together, and what they do is they take on it's called 2v2 golf. And John Rahm damn near, was it Josh Allen? I can't remember who it was. Phenomenal 2v2. Phenomenal. Now, do I like the Good Golf channel? I don't follow. I like Garrett Metcalf. I like Garrett when he plays with Bryson. That's all good, fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Is what it is. Last comment today. Played Fields West Monday. PGA Championship host in 2027. 35 mile per hour wind made it not fun. Windy golf is tough. But I will say this. Now that the weather has turned in Seattle, dude, the golf here is unbelievable. It is amazing, the golf here. I'm so excited. Obviously, I'm going to Hawaii to play several rounds of golf. We're coming back and playing Gold Mountain over in Bremerton. Cannot wait for that. Really excited to play that round of golf with my wife. We're playing like Kaanapali, Gold Mountain. I don't know how, but I will drag her ass to Banff in the next 2 summers. This summer or next summer. I don't know how or when or why or how. But I'll figure it out. I'm all about playing golf on good courses. And I need to figure out how to consistently do that. But golf should be, we take golf way too seriously. Because we're all competitive dudes. But I love playing. Like last night, working on my putting, did some short game, worked on I have like a 10-yard flop shot from rough that is locked in right now. I'm telling it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes, Scoop, I know you still hate golf. You hate golf. Totally get it. I love golf. I'm all about it. I am 100% about it. All right. The Monty Show is always presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com. Go in peace today. Go play some golf. Truist tees off tomorrow. Don't forget, off next week, starting Friday for the next week. I will be in Hawaii. Jake has yet to say if Oak State James has agreed to do the show. Oh, Oak State James is dead. That's right. TCU James. Has Orange Syracuse James agreed to do the show with you, Jake?
Nope. I reached out to the media company for Big Sack James. Haven't heard back. So,
got to find the agent for Big Sack James.
Yeah.
Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.
Big Sack James.